The big news this week is that interest rates surpassed 7%, and the Case-Shiller announced that home values have gone up year over year. I'm Eric Engelbert with Orange County Real Estate, and welcome to our weekly market report where we go over all the real estate data over the past 7 days. And yeah, so the rates went up over 7%. Mortgage applications are slightly down, but sales, of course, aren't going to be affected yet because a lot of people do 30-day rate locks. So we'll see how that affects sales over the next 30 days. And also, Case-Shiller came out with their news that home prices have gone up. It was a small amount, but they have gone up year over year from last March. And the Case-Shiller's 2 months behind in the data, but just through March of this year, now they're saying that year over year, home prices are up. That's around the country. Of course, there's a few markets where home prices have not rebounded, but overall in the United States, home prices have rebounded. And of course, here in Orange County, we've seen values tick up every week this year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens recently or in the near future with interest rates. If they stay above 7%, how's that going to affect home prices here in Orange County? Let's look at the data right now. The first page is our inventory page, our inventory slide. And so in the United States, inventory went up a little bit, 433,000. This is still very low, but from last week, it's a 2% increase, so that's good. And also this time last year, we're almost 20% more than we were last year. So that's interesting. We were expected to be much higher after rates went up last summer, but really inventory being down is what's causing these values to stay high. But we are more than, our inventory is higher than last year at this time by 20%. All right, here in Orange County, inventory slid a little bit, 2,325 residential units for sale. And then under contract and pending, we have 2,080. So that went up a little bit from last week. And new listings in the last 7 days dropped quite a bit. We had a couple of weeks in a row of increased amount of new listings, but we had a big decline in the last 7 days to only 500 new listings. Also, the total closed drops just slightly under our normal average to 378. Okay, the next slide is our days on market slide, and you can see every arrow pointing up. So the days on market have increased in every category. So the average days on market in Orange County for all properties is 55. The median days on market for all properties is 29. All residential properties. And then under a million, 19 days on market, still very low. 1 million to 2 million, 24 days on market, again, still very low. And over 2 million, 43, still very low. All days are low, but let's see if this becomes a trend, up with these higher days on market. The higher interest rates would suggest that this is going to be a trend. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next 30 days. All right, the key stats. So Orange County key stats, the first line is our OC median single family list price. This jumped up to 1,795. And then the OC median condo and townhome list price jumped up to 830,000. Sold price versus list price. This was only 0.1% under the list price. So still averaging, homes are still selling for less than the list price on average. The median price of closed single family homes over the last 7 days, that went up a little bit, 1,269,000. The median price of closed condos and townhomes over the last 7 days jumped down to 710,000. This week by week stuff, isn't necessarily a trend just in 7 days, but we definitely keep an eye on this over the entire 30 days and even year. So this week with this OC median condo list price of 830,000, now we're expecting in the next 30 days for the median price of closed condos and townhomes to jump up closer to 800,000. So let's see if that trend occurs. The median price of closed single family homes has consistently gone up over the last couple of weeks as the list price is now close to 1.8. We'll see if it gets up there. All right, the next line here is just the Costa Mesa data. So the average list price in Costa Mesa of single family homes went up to 1.786, and the average close price jumped up to 1.651. So here in Costa Mesa, we're doing averages instead of the median because it's a smaller sample size. Makes a little more sense. We don't have these huge, houses of like 30 million, 40 million, 50 million like we do in all of Orange County. And then also we don't have, a lot of properties or any properties for sale under 500,000. So it's much easier to use the average here. It makes more sense for statistics. But the average close price has gone up over the last couple of months in Costa Mesa to reflect closer to that average list price. So that's a trend that we're keeping an eye on. All right, average days on market, 43. That went up a little bit. Price reductions went down to 22% on our total inventory for single family homes in Costa Mesa is 48. All right, the average list price now. The next slide is the condo data in Costa Mesa. So the average list price, condos and townhomes, that jumped up quite a bit to $1,032,000. And then the average close price jumped way down to $691,000. So out of this average close price for condos and townhomes, we had 3 sales and they were all right around $700,000. So that's why that jumped down. But on the average list price, wait a minute, what was I going to say here? Oh, the average close price of homes, of single family homes on the previous slide, there was 12 sales in Costa Mesa of single family homes and 10 of them closed for over list price, almost 50,000 over was the average. So that's interesting. In Costa Mesa, homes are selling for over list. 10 out of 12 closings in the last 7 days. Again, 10 out of 12 sold for over list price. All right, back to the condo slide here. So the average days on market, 44, price reductions 40, total inventory only 16 condos and townhomes for sale in all of Costa Mesa. All right, that's all the data. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on what happens with the interest rates. Last week on Friday, I think they jumped above 7%. They're still above 7% today, but they did decline slightly. So we'll see. Obviously, there's lots of news, political stuff, debt ceiling stuff that's affecting it. So we'll keep an eye on how that's going to affect sales here in Orange County. At the moment, home values are still going up, but and we still have an inventory problem, low inventory here in Orange County and in the United States. All right, if you are interested in buying or selling here in Orange County, this data is super important just to know, what to expect, what the selling cycle is for your neighborhood, and how to properly price your home based on what's going on in the neighborhood. Some homes are still sitting, over 100 days, while others are accepting offers in the first week. And here in Costa Mesa, in the last 7 days, 10 homes sold for over list price. So what's different about those? How are they presented better? All that stuff's important, and we can help you sift through all the data and figure out the best way to sell. Or if you're trying to buy, looking for, obviously there's a little bit of competition. We'll see what happens with these high interest rates, but lately there has still been some competition for people buying. So how do you present the best offer? Is there any way to find a property that's off market? We can help you with that kind of stuff so that you can win and be successful in your purchase. All right, call, text, or email if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. All right, have a good week.